Hello guys, welcome to episode 2, and I've just tried to record this but I realised my audio wasn't recording, so let's do this again. Right, we're going to create our class, a main class, which we'll call lighting. Create that. Let's get rid of the comments that are automatically included, and we're going to extend a state-based game. These are just things that come with the Slick libraries, and they allow you to create a game very quickly without having to use the OpenGL base code. It's just a wrapper over the top of it. So we're going to implement all the methods from that, and it's just the init states list. And we're going to go back over that again and see what else we need to implement. And to do that, we're going to click Alt-Enter. We're going to create the constructor. Brilliant. And we're going to get rid of this code as well. Okay, let's add a few variables. We'll create some static ints, and that's going to be, let's call that width. Let's make that 1280, and public static height, and we'll make that 720. So we're going to run it at 720p, just because that will run on most people's computers. Last thing we're going to add is the FPS, and we'll set that at a constant 60 FPS. Now we need to make a static final int, because it's not going to be changing for the, what should we call it? I called it game in the last one that I just recorded, but it shouldn't be that. Let's call it lighting. So this is going to be used to link each state. This is going to work with a state-based game. So we're going to make a new state now. I'm going to file, new Java class, and let's call this play state. Get rid of the comments again, and that's going to extend a basic game state. This is going to include all of the render and update functions that are automatically made, so we're going to implement those, all of them. And we're going to have to add a few variables to get this working. So private int state. We're going to, when someone calls this get ID, we want to return the state ID, not 0. And we're going to make a constructor to send that state ID in. Very simple constructor. And that's going to enter the state, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to get rid of this and put it at the bottom. I'm also going to move the update above the render. It's just how I prefer it. Make it look a bit neat, and let's minimize that and minimize that. Alright, perfect. It's going to minimize that as well. So let's initialize that in here. So to do that, we're going to do this.add state, new state, and it's going to be the play state. There we go. And we need to pass in the final int we created up there, so lighting. So now we need to enter the state, and that is the lighting state. To be honest, that's actually done. Now we just need to make the entry point for the program that creates all the graphics. So static, let's just use one of the easy ways of doing this. There we go. To do that, in IntelliJ we need to do is PSVM and then click enter. No, tab, sorry. I believe you can do that in Eclipse as well. There's quite a few little shortcuts like that. So sout, we'll do systemout.println. Okay, so we're going to create an app game container. Let's call that app. And this we need to pass the actual game, so that's new lighting. And then that needs the name of that'll be on the top of the title, like this up here. So just call that lighting, tile lighting. And this is going to throw an exception, so we'll just handle that with Alt-Enter and add an exception up here, instead of surrounding it in a try-catch, which you probably should do, but oh well. That's also something I need to mention. This won't be a very well programmed code, but it will be something you can base your code off of and implement it into your games or simulations. So let's pass in the width, the height, and this is the full screen. So this will be giving us the screen's width, height, and full screen. We'll just set that to false. App.set show FPS, yeah, so we can see the FPS that's running at. App.set target frame rate. And set that to FPS because that's what we set up here. And let's turn on VSync so we don't see any frame tearing. And where's that? That's called set VSync. There we go. True. And let's just start the app. Easy as that. Let's just clear that up a bit. Okay, so now we need to run the program, and that looks all fine to me. Let's right click play state. If you don't see this up here with the play button, we need to right click the one with your main method in and click run lighting. And let's see how this does. Brilliant, it's working. Obviously there's not a lot on the screen at the moment, but it is working. We'll add a quick, I think I've got one running from earlier, there we go. I'll add something in the play state so we can see it working. Alright, to draw say a square, we're going to use the graphics variable. We're going to do g.draw, we'll fill rect. We'll put it at the top left corners at 10, and the top left Y is at 10. Now we do the width, we'll do 100, and height 100. Before that we'll do g.set color. We'll use the built-in colors, and we'll do orange. So now we should see an orange square. Beautiful. Right, next episode we'll start adding some tiles to the screen, and then soon after that we'll start adding the lighting over the top of it. Thanks for watching, and see you later.